Fatburn Football is back for week 2 of season 10 with another 12 action-packed games to show you, with action happening on the field and action happening off the field, with the guys achieving some amazing weight loss this week. So let's turn to look at the teams that have turned up for week 2. Parmesan Belgrade, they have 8 players available for them this week, with 2 extra players from the commissioner squad stepping in to help out. Aidan, Jack, Stuart, Lewis, Coco and Stephen from the main roster, with Gregor and Neil coming in from the commissioner squad to make up their team of 8 for this week as they look to try and get their first win of the season. Flaberdeen, on the other hand, got their first win last week and some extra. They have a strong lineup this week, also with 8 players available. Paul can count upon the 3 Lewises once again to join into the Flaberdeen team, as well as David, Sean and Brian coming in for his first start of the season. Greg also joins from the Commissioner's team. Turning to Scrandinavia, the current league leaders and looking strong after results last week. Reiter has got a good number of players, making an 8-man team all from the core lineup. Terry, Ian, Loon, Barry C and Barry MC, as well as Homer and Chris, and of course himself there in the lineup as they look to continue to hold that top position in the league after week's 1 results. O.B City, though, looking strong last week and just missing out on a chance to also go joint top on the 9 points. They have an 8-man team, but they do have a commissioner player in as well. Willie, Stuka, Steve, Callum, Gilly, Brady and Paul for the main lineup, with Ethan coming in from the commissioner squad to help make the 8-man roundup for this week. Rapid Viennetta alongside Parmesan Belgrade still looking for their first win, and Rapid Viennetta have a very strong 9-man team available for them this week. Aidan and Niall come in after missing last week, and Cal's also got himself, Finlay, Andy, Taylor and Ross available, as well as James, with Josh coming in from Commissioner to help out. Fatburn Rovers, after a bit of a disappointing lineup last week and having to be filled in with the Commissioner's players, they're looking a lot stronger this week. Terry's back to make season 10 debut with Zach and goals. Doogie coming in as well, making a debut. Timber, Mitchell, Martin, Stephen and Gareth, with Stephen Q coming in from the Commissioner squad as well. Ivory Toes lineup for weeks 2 is looking just as strong as it was the previous week. Greg's got himself, Cheesy, Liam, Stu and Neil, as well as Thomas, all from last week's lineup, with MJ coming in to make its season 10 debut. Cameron and Maro come in from the commissioner squad to help boost their numbers for Ivory Toast this week. And the final team for week 2, Bayern Bru, looking as strong as they were the week before with an 8-man team. Chucky's got himself, Stevie, Connor, James, Martin P, Craig, Josh and Kier, all available, to Craig coming back in after missing last week's opener for Bayern Bru as they look to push on in the league. And speaking about the league, looking at the lineup, Scrandinavia there on top, O.B City, Bayern Bru, Fatburn Rovers and Ivory Toast, all on 6 points, just split by goal difference. And we've got Flaberdeen in 6th place there on 3 points, and then the 2 teams at the bottom, Parmesan Belgrade and Rapid Viennetta, both on 0 points, looking to push on this week. Season 10 highlight videos are brought to you by The Offshore Coach and McDonald's Aberdeen. We thank all our sponsors very much for their support this season. First game of week 2 season 10, Fatburn Football sees Parmesan Belgrade versus Ivory Toast. Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. Early on there, Ivory Toast goalkeeper being called into action there with the ball over the top of the bar there. Ivory Toast having the better first week out of these 2 teams. Parmesan Belgrade at the bottom there, but Stuart in goals there for Parmesan Belgrade, keeping that goal line clear of any early conceding goals as they look to play it out from the back. Now the goalkeeper there looking to roll it out to Jack. Jack, captain for Parmesan Belgrade, right back to the goalkeeper there. Bit of a defensive move there as they look to start once again. Very little options here as the goalkeeper's looking for something. Plays it to the middle to Stephen. Stephen now, can he create something? Looks to get past Liam. He's out wide, takes a shot, and he does! And that patient build up there for Parmesan Belgrade has definitely paid off for them at the start of this match there. Stephen, lovely little turn to get away from Liam, and actually had 2 players on him there, Neil and Liam, looking to close him down, and he managed to make space in between the both of them and is able to get the shot on target. And that is the start that Parmesan Belgrade will have been looking for this week. Again, last week there, 0 points, finding themselves at the bottom of the table, but not on their own. Rapid Viennetta keeping them company down there, also on 0 points. But this is a great start from Parmesan Belgrade as the ball gets cleared away there by the goalkeeper. And as a reminder, Parmesan Belgrade are our Season 9 defending champions. So not a great start in their title defence. But remember, all new teams this season, so a completely different team this season as there was last season, as another terrific save there from the goalkeeper, keeping the scoreline at 1-0. Ball across the Ivory Toast box, but they can't get it under control on the break, and Parmesan Belgrade coming forward. A shot from distance there, but the Ivory Toast goalkeeper there able to get hands out and to make the save there. Parmesan Belgrade looking to come forward once again. Stephen there up against Maro. Maro there, great block, and now he's got space to drive forward, and he does, and the save from the goalkeeper against what I believe is Cheesy there. Unlucky from Ivory Toast. But Jack now has the ball after being played in by his teammate Lewis. And he's into the camera dead zone there. But we'll see how it comes out from this corner here. And it comes all the way back for Parmesan Belgrade there to start once again. Stephen, the goal scorer, coming forward now. He's got MJ there trying to stop him there. But a nice little turn there from Stephen. He's made some space. He's got Maro there. He's past Maro. And it is almost a repeat of the opening goal for Stephen. And he's made it 2-0 now for Parmesan Belgrade. Brilliant stuff for Parmesan Belgrade there. They will be elated now, 2 goals ahead, and if they can hold on to this lead, a vital 3 points after a disastrous opening week last week against Ivory Toast, which do still have some strong members, but they are missing key members this week, including their Stonewall goalkeeper Paul, who's normally the one keeping them in games here. But current goalkeeper doing their best as they pull off another save there from Parmesan Belgrade to keep it only at 2-0, and Parmesan Belgrade looking to come forward once again. The ball's played forward all the way to Lewis. Lewis, a bit of a heavy touch, but the ball almost trickling into the corner there, and Ivory Toast can clean it up from here. They need to get some more shots on targets. Ivory Toast, you would think, if they're going to try and get anything out of this match, and this might be an opportunity here in the counter-attack as they push forward. Tom the other side there, but the shot is saved easily by the Parmesan goalkeeper there, you'd have to say. As the ball comes forward once again for Parmesan Belgrade, Ivory Toast on the defence. Good block there as they come forward. Now Cameron from the Commissioner squad there with the chance, but hits just wide of the goal, and Parmesan Belgrade will be grateful that that counter-attack was not more deadly than it actually ended up as. Liam's pass there to Greg, it's been intercepted. Coco now for Parmesan Belgrade, gets the shot, but MJ Ingalls clears that ball away, and it's scrambled away by Ivory Toast, but they will not care a jot. The ball is away from their box, but once again Parmesan Belgrade attack after attack in this game, and they just go wide there from Lewis, who is frustrated he's not hit the net so far in this game. There's a breakaway here after the ball's been won in the midfield. It's gone a little bit wide. Stewart has to go collect it for Parmesan Belgrade. He is in the dead camera zone, but MJ collects it there. And that looked like the attack was on there. He picked out Liam in the space there, but didn't quite make it. Neil's intercepted now, and Ivory Toast have a chance to maybe get something here. Can they get it across there? It's saved by the goalkeeper. Neil will pick up a little bit of a dummy, and he puts it in the back of the net there. And that is the last bit of play there. So as Parmesan Belgrade concede the goal, Ivory Toast here, lovely little play from Neil with the dummy there and gets it in the back of the net. But as they concede Parmesan Belgrade, they will be thankful in their knowledge that that is the final score, 2-1 for them and vital 3 points. Game number 2, and it sees the classic blue versus red. Flaberdeen versus Scrandinavia. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right, and Scrandinavia in red shooting right to left. Currently at the top of the league sits Scrandinavia. They'll be hoping to pick up some more points this week to keep applying their dominance early on in this season. As the ball is won by Terry here. Over to Reiter there, and it's just wide of the goal there. Terry coming back in after missing the opening week, so this is his debut for his new team, and it's in the back of the net there from Loon after being set up there by Terry himself. The ball played right back into the middle of the field there, and then Loon with the absolute trademark long distance net buster there. The goalkeepers this season really struggling to get a track on those shots from him there, and he's pulling in the goals not only for himself but for his team. in so far this season, be it only week 2, but it is causing problems already for goalkeepers as the ball's played all the way up to Reiter there. Reiter with a shot, and it just goes wide of the goal there, unfortunately, for Reiter and for Scrandinavia. As Flaberdeen look to roll this out, Lewis there looking to play it forward to David. David on the far side there, he'll be looking for some help here. Sean's there to give him some. Brian's in the middle. Brian with a touch. Oh, and unlucky for Brian. That was a brilliant move, just a cut in the middle of the pitch there as Scrandinavia come forward. Loon now with a shot from distance. This time not quite hitting the target, but did put a sense of fear in Flaberdeen as Sean comes forward now. A little solo run here, and he's lost the ball, unfortunately. Terry collects. Nice little back heel there to Loon as the ball's clipped forward to Chris. Can he finish? Yes, he does, in true Chris style there. The link-up play between his brother there, Loon, and Chris. A fun fact that viewers might not know. And it's paid off here for Scrandinavia. The two brothers connecting on the pitch there. And it's 2-0 now to Scrandinavia. Early on in this match, starting to apply their on-field dominance already on Flaberdeen. Flaberdeen, who had a good, you know, you could say relatively good last week. They probably would say individually they wish they would have picked up some more wins, but they've managed to get some under their belt and get a much better start than they did in season 9, so it's a plus there. As Scrandinavia just holding on to the ball just now. Slow build up here. Chris running around there, and he's past Greg there from the Commissioner squad, and past Brian and into the back of the net. A brilliant solo goal there from Chris. The ball nutmeg through there, and then I don't know if that's a second one. I think it just didn't go through the legs of Brian there, but some finish there from Chris into the top corner, and Lewis is left sprawled there in goals and unable to get a touch on the ball there, making it 3-0 now to Scandinavia, and a bit of a hill for Flaberdeen to surmount now as Reiter's intercepted the back pass there, but it is collected by Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen. As Scrandinavia coming forward once again. A Reiter there in the middle of the pitch looking to get things going here as he plays it back to Loon. Loon just clips it there to Terry. Lovely little ball forward there as Terry now looking to switch it across. It bounced off of Sean and harmlessly back into the goalkeeper's hands there. Reiter with the interception. Not quite, but Loon will pick up at the back. Now he looks to try and make himself some space. It looked like there he was going to try and go for the shot, but he's past David now. David's claiming for something from the referee. The goalkeeper there with the save. The Flaberdeen defence all over the place. Back to Reiter. Reiter back to Terry. Terry now takes a shot and eventually it goes in the back of the net there. Now I think there was a shout from David about a handball, but I think the referee was saying as the tackle was made, or the interception by David, there was no way to react well enough and it was unknown by Loon, and the play continued on. Terry puts it in the back of the net and it is 4-0 now to Scandinavia there. As the ball comes forward now from Flaberdeen. David looking to try and find his teammate there, but it's gone awry. Scandinavia coming forward, cutting through. Lovely play here out to Ian. Can Ian apply the finish? Oh, unlucky for Ian, but great goalkeeping there by Lewis to stop that attack. It was completely lethal there as they just cut through Flaberdeen through the pitch there. And Flaberdeen now really struggling. But the shot there, and it almost went in off the back of the goalkeeper. It was a dip-in shot and just over the bar there. And Scandinavia there maybe with a little bit of a scare there. But Chris now coming forward. There is no defence for Flaberdeen there until Paul gets back after a brilliant save from Lewis there. The Flaberdeen defence just gave up as Chris just tore through there. And I think there's a sense of frustration that they let them just cut through so easy. Paul in front of Scandinavia goals. Barry, what a save there, diving there with the arm, and Paul probably thought he was hitting the back of the net there, but no such luck for him there, unfortunately, as the ball's up in the Flaberdeen half. Reiter there with the shot. Lewis with the save, and Lewis is keeping this scoreline at 4-0 for Flaberdeen. It could be so much worse as Reiter picks up the ball. Only Brian there. Brian, brilliant defensive work though, gets the block on there, and it's just shot wide. Reiter up against Paul, but Reiter seems to come out on top in that bottle. Paul now with the ball there. Played across to David. David has some company with Ian, gets past him there. David continue going. David with a shot, and it's just cleared away by the goalkeeper, and it ricocheted about there. It looked like it was about to cruelly bobble over the line for Barry and goals there, but he stretched out with the big can and pushed it away, and it's a magnificent save off the line for him and for his team. Loon finding Reiter at the back post there, but the ball looks like it's been miscontrolled there, and it goes all the way back to Chris. Scrandinavia look to start again. The shot there just over the goal there, and Brian Brian looks to collect, and a ball to David, and then it's up to Gregor. Gregor now, he's got it in there, looks to try and back heel. Oh, that's some skill there if he meant it, but looks like a mistake to Brian at the back post, and there is a goal for Flaberdeen there. Now, I am not sure at all that was meant, however, he absolutely skillfully played on with it, and the ball goes across the box there and into the area where Brian is sitting unmarked, slots at the back of the net, and that could be anything as much of the consolation goal for Flaberdeen. They still need to get on the score sheet a little bit more here. 4-1 down. The one goal helps them get a little bit of a foothold into this match, but they really need to be pushing forward if they're going to try and get anything out of this. Homer now on the pitch for Scrandinavia. Great ball up to Barry C, who's also on the pitch as well. Barry just holding it up, playing it to Homer. Great save there by Lewis, but credit to Homer and Barry's connection on the pitch there. Brilliant link-up play as the ball's played through from Chris to Loon. Brian intercepts now. Nice little turn there. Finds David. David takes a shot. Saved there from Barry and goals, and manages to get the hands on it as well. Most importantly there, gets it under control and doesn't have it bobbling out of his box, and meaning that nobody can go pick it up there. But the ball's been intercepted by Gregor there, and so looks to try and play it into the middle there. Twisting and turning here. Plays it across to David. And David gets it in the back of the net there. And that is 4-2 now into this game. And there's maybe some life here for Flaberdeen as they look to try and get into this. Another across the box ball there. David this time. Not quite at the back post, but a bit in between that and the centre spot there. And he gets it into the back of the net. And you can see already Flaberdeen sensing that they've now got a chance to get back into this. And the pace is picked up a bit. Have they got time to get into this? According to what I'm looking here at the highlights time length, there should be time if they can do it, but they really need to get another goal quickly as that back heel doesn't pay off for Brian there, and Chris comes forward for Scrandinavia. Will they punish Flaberdeen here? Barry with the shot and it's saved, but Scrandinavia still have the ball all the way back to Homer now. Homer takes a shot there, blocked by the Flaberdeen defence, and could they break away here? Sean trying to get there, no, not quite. Chris is there first, and Chris is now turned into some space on the far side. Will he go himself? Once again, he's cut inside, still twisting, turning, past defenders, he goes himself, and the finish there as the legs went flying. Every attempt from Flaberdeen to try and get that ball away from his feet. Sean there with the tackle, misses. Brian there with the tackle, misses. Sean back in there. Lewis at the back post just standing watching, to be fair. There's not much else he could do, to be honest. But Lewis in goals tries to cut down the space that Chris had to shoot there, and he was unsuccessful on the ball. Hits the back of the net. Scrandinavia win the ball once again, but with a bit of an unfair push there in the back there from Sean, and the referee blows the free kick to Scrandinavia with very little protest, you have to say anyway. It seems like the fair decision here, especially from my viewpoint. Barry over the free kick here, plays it back to Loon, and will we see a long distance shot? He's lining up for it, and he gets it in. And this is the beauty of sitting watching these replays here week after week as a commentator. You can tell the little traits there, the little turn onto the left foot there, and then the strike from distance there. And once again, as I said earlier, for Loon's first goal in this match, the goalkeepers this season are struggling to track those shots when they come anywhere near their goals. They're expertly placed, but even with the time and distance, it is not enough for the goalkeepers to get themselves into position to get themselves into a solid position to block that shot. Flaberdeen now with a free kick as they look to play it forward, and it's played out wide here from the free kick into the edge of the box. Oh, and Sean with a golden chance to get a third goal and to reduce the deficit in this match, but he's just hit it straight at the goalkeeper anywhere else but there, and the connection is just not great on it. As Chris comes forward, can he get another one at the end? No, he cannot, and Lewis will see that back to his goalkeeper there. We're into the last bit of play in this action-packed match here as Flaberdeen have the ball on the far side. Sean looking to find a teammate here, and it's played about in the corner there. David, can he get it away? Looks like almost a miss kick there, but eventually does get it over to Paul. It looks like it's going into the corner as Paul and Homer take it into the corner there. The ball goes all the way back, and the match ends there, 6-2 to Scrandinavia. Game number 3, and it is Fatburn Rovers versus Rapid Viennetta here at week 2 Season 10 of Fat 5's football. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, and Rapid Viennetta on the attack in orange shooting right to left. But Zach in goals for Fatburn Rovers, denying Finlay of Rapid Viennetta an early opportunity to take the lead there as Rapid come forward once again. The save there from Zach, and a double save there from Zach, and the ball is able to go out wide there to remove the danger. Rapid Viennetta now on the defensive, but they switched it over and they have a chance here on the break. If Cal can play that ball through, he does. Oh, and Aiden there unable to make a better contact from it. A brilliant counter-attacking move from Rapid Viennetta from defensive to attack there, but unable to convert it as the ball's played across there to Andy from Taylor, and now Fatburn Rovers trying to break away themselves. The ball goes up to Stephen, but unfortunately nothing comes from that attack there. Rapid Viennetta looking to slow things down potentially as I try and get that sentence out of my mouth, as Zach saved there, and a wee bit of danger there as the ball went up and over there. Managed to clear the goal and go behind, but for a moment there it looked like it could have bounced into the back of the net as Taylor's intercepted the pass from Mitchell, and he's up against Gareth there, and Taylor doing well, still has the ball at his feet there and tries to play the ball across, but unfortunately nobody there, and Timber will collect for Fatburn Rovers there as he tries to play it forward. The ball up to Mitchell, is bouncing around there on the far side. Mitchell there looks to try and get himself out of a position here. Niall, good block there, and Andy with the shot. Andy with the goal from distance there. Brilliant finish on the turn. Mitchell on the far side looked like he was going to get past Niall there. Niall with the block as he tried to run with him. The ball just lands at Andy's feet. Unfortunately for us, Taylor's kind of blocked it there, but actually on the slower replay, it does bounce off of Timber there, and that is what's throwing off the goalkeeper there. Timber trying to apply a defensive block on the shot, but unfortunately unable to there. But Rapid Viennetta, after a disappointing week last week where they walked away with 0 points, already in this match 1-0 up, and they have the free kick here on the far side there with Josh, as Josh looks to play it to Taylor. Taylor back to Josh. Josh coming forward. It was intercepted as Mitchell looks to find Gareth. Gareth applies a finish there, and it is 1-1 as the ball rolled across Gareth there. Brilliant placement into the bottom corner there. And you see just here this right foot there as it just curls into that bottom corner. Perfect finish there from Gareth. And it is the perfect response from Fatburn Rovers. 1-1 now as Martin intercepts that ball forward and Gareth goes to collect under no threat here. And easy as you like for Gareth there. The Rapid Viennetta boys just stood watching that. You could see Gareth goes to collect this. Nobody's sure who should be marking anybody. Two of them going to Mitchell there, and Gareth just slots it in the back of the net. And for long-time viewers of Fat Fives football, you will know that Gareth can produce those sort of goals, and Rapid Viennetta players should have known not to give him that time and space, but they did. They've paid the punish, and Taylor almost getting the opportunity there to counter back straight away, but unfortunately unable to there. Terry for Fatburn Rovers battling over on the far side there as the ball comes into the middle there. Finlay, nice little back heel. It's still in play. Can he find a teammate? He does find Andy. Andy, nice little back heel himself to Finlay. The two of them doing well, holding on to his possession. Then they find Josh. Josh now up against Timber. Josh with the pass there looks to find Niall. It stayed out as Terry tries to keep him company there just on the edge of the box. There's a shout, Josh, and it's in the back of the net from Josh there. It looks like, you know what, I was going to be harsh and say it looked accidental, but actually I think either way Josh is going to hit that with his foot. It might have came off the thigh, but definitely an intentional placement anyway, no matter what body part, as long as it's not the hand or forearm. And it is 2-2 in this match. Great finish there from Josh. Like I said, lower body part, doesn't matter what bounces off of, it's gone in the back of the net there. Although I will probably get slaughtered by him, as he'll probably tell me it was definitely foot and 100% intentional, to which I say in advance apologies for that anyway. But we carry on here as Fatburn Rovers look to come forward, and Timber with a hit! Oh, and it's bounced off the post, bounces around the legs of James and goes there, and miraculously does not cross the line. Unbelievable stuff there, and I don't think Fatburn Rovers can quite believe that that has not crossed the line for a goal, and it remains 2-2 as Timber looks to come forward once again, playing in Doug there, but it's landed with Josh, and Josh now trying to push forward as he does so successfully. He keeps going, and Zach there with the big save to deny Josh there And Rapid Viennetta certainly growing into this match as another save from Zach there, keeping the scoreline all square here. And Fatburn Rovers really need to get this ball forward. They're under some pressure here if they're going to really turn things around and try and get themselves pushing forward for a win here. Finlay now with the ball at feet, looks to find Josh. Looks like he has found him there, although Timbers came over to keep him company there. Timber doing the no arm stance there. Timbers won it there cleverly with the feet into the middle of the pitch, and there's nobody there. And the cries from Timber, and now Josh is on the counter attack. Oh, and the pass is poor. It's found Gareth, and Gareth pushes forward now. Gareth with the shot. Gareth with his hat trick, and it is 3-2 now in this match. It went from one end to the other in that passage of play. It looked like Timber and put himself in a fantastic position to try and feed a teammate in there. It didn't work out. Josh looked like he was on the break there. Took the sensible option, in my opinion, to square it across to his teammate there, but the pass just was lacklustre, and Gareth there punished them with his third goal. And Fatburn Rovers, for the first time in this match, find themselves in a leading position here as the ball is won. No, it hasn't. Ross still has the ball up against Gareth there, and the save from Zach denying Ross. Another goal to his tally, and a chance for Rapid Viennetta to get back into this match at all square as Martin collects for Fatburn Rovers, switches that across to Stephen there from the Commissioner's team. Oh, and Stephen Main for Fatburn Rovers there, part of the core Fatburn Rovers team there, unable to get the shot away there as Taylor takes a swipe to try and knock that ball past, but it has been in the box there, and it's going to go all the way back to Zach to restart the play. Good shout from the referee there. Can see it from this angle as well on the camera. Zach now looking to get things started again for Fatburn Rovers. There's still one goal ahead here, and Doug has the ball looking to drive forward. He's got Aiden there from Rapid Viennetta to keep him company as he's rolled it all the way near the corner. Martin gets involved now, back to Doug. Doug still has it there to Stephen. Oh, and the Commissioner player gets his goal for Fatburn Rovers and moves them 4-2 into the lead. Lovely little play here between Martin and Doug there, and then Doug cleverly seeing the ball going into the direction of Stephen there, just leaves it for the Commissioner player, and it goes into the back of the net. And now Fatburn Rovers have built themselves a little bit of comfort. Ross here with the chance, Zach with the save, and it goes all the way back. That little distance of comfort might have just disappeared in an instant there if it hadn't been for Zach's magnificent save at the edge of the box of the ball rolled to Ross. I remember Ross being Rapid Viennetta's current top goal scorer with an impressive amount of goals from last week there, so there would have been some confidence he could have tucked that away, but Zach met it well as the referee blows for full time here. 4-2 the final score. Game number 4 and the last of the first round of fixtures from week 2 sees Bayern Bru versus O.B City. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and O.B City in black shooting right to left. Both these teams having a good start in the first week. Unfortunately unable to keep up with the blistering pace of Scrandinavia in week 1, but they'll be looking to push on this week to try and play catch up here as the ball is saved there by Craig and goals for Bayern Bru. Back in goals after missing opening week there. Just a note, he is wearing black, but he is in goal, so there shouldn't be any kit clashes there as James comes forward for Bayern Bru, and the save from Craig's opposite number in goal, Stevie there. Great save with the foot to deny Bayern Bru taking the lead early. Callum now top goal scorer for O.B City alongside Stuka there as the ball pushes forward, and the shot is just wide from Bayern Bru, and it is unable to hit the back of the net after O.B City turned the ball over in the middle of the pitch. Corner now into that right hand dead camera corner as he looks to find a teammate there, finds Josh, and Stevie there with the save, and the hand of apology goes up, although I don't think any needs apology. It was a shot on target, a tight angle there, and now the ball's been intercepted by James for Bayern Bru. Josh collects now. Josh is going to have to look for a teammate, finds Connor takes the shot, oh, and it's in the back of the net there, and Bayern Bru hit first in this match. A great shot from distance there. Now, did he take a nick off of somebody as it went in? Connor there takes the hit there. It doesn't quite look like it. I think the goalkeeper might have been unsighted by the defence, but that's a brilliantly hit shot from Connor if it hasn't taken any nicks. Like I said, it doesn't look like from the camera angle it does. However, we're only side on, and that thing could have been dipping all over the place there, putting the goalkeeper off. But otherwise, we're kind of stuck with this camera angle as it is. So 1-0 to Bayern Bru, looking to push on this week and play catch up to Scrandinavia as the ball comes through to Ethan on loan from the Commissioner, scored for the OB team there, but but he can't convert it as Craig in goals for Bayern Bru makes the save, and the ball is now back into the O.B City half as it looks to come back out. Chucky playing it out to Steve there, and Steven there with it being met with Stevie's save in goals from O.B City there, and Bayern Bru denied once again a chance to go forward, and the ball's intercepted. Now Stuka coming forward for O.B City. Stuka round the player there, and he can't quite put it past the goalkeeper. Brilliant little footwork there from Stuka, just could not apply the finish as the goalkeeper came it to the edge of his box quickly and put him off there. And then the ball's at the other side of the pitch for O.B City. Callum now with a shot and a save, you could argue straight at the goalkeeper there, Craig, but it might have just been a snap shot there, or good goalkeeping. As corner collects for Bayern Bru in the O.B City half. He's trying to twist and turn away, but Stevie there gets a great save, and not only that, he kills the ball dead at his feet, meaning it doesn't go anywhere dangerous now. Bayern Bru coming forward, still just the one goal in this, but both these teams are going forward, and you have to say credit to the goalkeepers, and is the main reason why this game is still only at a 1-goal game. As Steven now for Bayern Bru on the opposite side there, a little bit of hustle and tussle there, but he gets away. Steven through and goes, and he just hits wide there, goes to collect his ball after it bounced off the backboard there. Josh gets it to him though, and slays across, and Connor almost with an open goal, can't apply, and O.B City coming forward now. Chucky, brilliant stop there. Chucky played it out to Steven once again. Stevie with the save. My word, these goalkeepers, the absolute level of performance they are putting into this match is incredible. Astuka plays to Willie. Willie now with a shot. Saved there from Craig. Plays it out to Connor, to Steven. Steven looking for Connor, I'm guessing here. Yes, he is. He's looking for him. Connor now has a chance. Connor straight at the goalkeeper, and then Josh hits it straight at Willie. Steven there with the flick over the top, and it's not going in. And luckily enough for Bayern Bru, they do have that goal lead, because they are just missing opportunities here. As the ball's loose, it's Willie coming across to Connor. Connor, I think his shot was saved there by Steven. If so, brilliant save by him. Hard to tell from this angle, as mentioned earlier, but denied once again. And there is only one goal in this. And could we see a last-minute equaliser here from O.B City as Bayern comes through with Connor? It's gone wide. Save there for Stevie. Another save from Stevie. Incredible stuff. The O.B City goalkeeper playing out of his skin in this game. But unfortunately, his team are still trailing behind. The ball bobbing about, and Steve in there for Bayern Bru just going wide of the goal. Both teams, well, you would say Bayern Bru are throwing everything at this. The O.B City goalkeeper Stevie there pulling absolute blinders out. O.B City desperate to try and get this away. Have they got a last opportunity here as Gilly plays it up to Ethan. Ethan with the shot, and Craig gets down low, collects that ball, and it ends incredibly 1-0 to Bayern Bru. Game number 5 here at week 2, season 10, Fatburn Football sees O.B City versus Fatburn Rovers. O.B City in black shooting left to right, and Fatburn Rovers in green shooting right to left. And early on, some action there on the edge of the Fatburn Rovers box as O.B City there almost with a chance of an interception, but the referee blows for a free kick here. You can see there Callum with a touch stopping the ball. Timber unable to stop his momentum, but clearly impeding the opportunity there. Willie takes a free kick quickly out to Callum. Callum cutting inside. He takes a shot. Yes, he does, and it is the opening goal in this match. Timber there still protesting the free kick, although you look back on it on replay, there's no doubts about it anyway, Timber, so he's going to have to look at this and see that. But unlucky there for Zach as the ball just bobbles through his legs there. Great shot there by Callum, and it's 1-0 to O.B City in this game. Great start for them as they look to try and get some vital points to make sure that they're involved in that battle at the top there. Quick roll it from the goalkeeper there to Stuka. Stuka now up against Timber, plays it out wide to Brady. Brady now out wide, and now O.B City looking to play it all the way back to Gilly there from Callum. Gilly now just taking that ball in the middle of the pitch. You're going to take the shot on. No, he finds Callum again. Callum on the outside there, and a goal for Callum once again. 2 goals now to his name, and 2 goals for O.B City there. Brilliant passing move there from Gilly. Just moved that ball into the middle of the pitch and then found his teammate on the outside there, and that's a brilliant finish there from Callum. Really threw off Zach there in goals and gave him the eyes and sent him the wrong way for that second goal. 2-0 to O.B City, and they're looking good currently in their current scoreline, and this might give them a good foundation to move on and get some extra goals. But Brady there with the shot wide, and Callum out on the right hand side once again, going for a hat-trick potentially if he can get the ball out here. Plays it to the Brady in the middle there, intercepted by Fatburn, and they're on the break now. Mitchell here finds Martin, oh what a finish by Martin there, and Fatburn Rovers are right back into this match here. Mitchell pushing forward there with the ball, hitting on the counter with speed. Gilly left there only to defend two players there. Mitchell finds Martin, and Martin, superb finish through the legs of Stevie there, who had an outstanding previous game against Bayern Bru. So that is a testament to that finish for Martin, considering the form that Stevie was on in his previous match. So 2-1 to O.B City. Their lead of 1 goal has now been cut. Fatburn Rovers have an opportunity, but are having to defend right now as the ball's bobbing about, and Zach there with the save. He'll be feeling confident getting 2 strong hands on that ball. Timbers, made the mistake there and gave it perfectly to Callum to finish off his hat-trick there. Zach rolls that ball out. Timber there takes the ball in well. He's got a bit of time there, tries to roll it away. Callum there, first time seeing the gift of an opportunity placed in front of him by Timber, and takes full opportunity of it and says thank you very much to Timber there. 3-1 to O.B City now, as Fatburn Rovers take a shot there from distance and just go wide. Hat-trick hero Callum now on the run and manages to keep that ball away from Timber, and there to Gilly the assist the second goal. Out to Stuka now. Stuka with a shot. Sorry, not Stuka, that's Ethan actually from the Commissioner squad. That's out there. There's obviously been a substitution that's happened, and Ethan's on the pitch now, so apologies for the confusion there as Timber comes forward with the ball, and he's up against Gilly now, and he's being pushed out far away, but Gilly there, big, strong tackle, fair tackle there. Gilly now coming forward for OB, trying to get past Mitchell there. Gilly has the opportunity, out wide, and there's a 4th for Callum now. 4 goals for OB City, and all from their main man of the moment, Callum there. Again, credit to Gilly there. That's a brilliant ball. I think it's actually past Zach there. I think as Zach comes out to the edge of the box trying to close down Gilly there, Gilly manages to get the ball around the back of Zach there, across the goal mouth, and find Callum at the back post there. And O.B City will be delighted with this. As much as Fatburn Rovers have had an up and down form at the start of the season, it is always a tricky match playing against them there. As Paul's the chance now, and he blasts it just wide there. Zach did well to come out and put off the player, and I think that is just, if that might have hit the backboard, I'm not sure if Willie maybe got a touch and that was a shot on target there, and it's bounced off the post. But either way, Fatburn Rovers coming forward, Mitchell, and the ball just over the top there. Doug now trying to win the ball there, but Willie ends up taking it away from him there fairly, and Fatburn Rovers are now back into a defensive position once again. But Gareth coming forward now with the ball at feet. Gareth with the shot and the save there by Stevie. Paul looks to collect and just bring it back to his goalkeeper for safety there, and O.B City are back again pushing forward. Fatburn Rovers defending well in the midfield there as Stephen from the Commissioner squad there takes a shot. It's bounced over the goalkeeper. That could have been dangerous there if Doug had got on the end of that in front of Willie, but thankfully for O.B City, Willie got to there first and got it back to his goalkeeper. Good tussle on the far side. Gareth wins the ball, takes a shot. Great save there from Stevie, and the ball goes all the way up. Gareth receives it once again from Stephen there. Bit fortuitous with the bounce of the ball there for Fatburn Rovers as it came back off the fencing there. Fatburn Rovers still have the ball at feet, but it's gone to Ethan now. Ethan, 1-on-1 the goalkeeper. Can he finish? Oh, brilliant save there by Zach. You could say it's maybe poor finishing, but Zach there stood well, read the cues correctly, and got down low, managed to block that shot. And it remains 4-1 as O.B City just go wide of the goal mouth there. They are still peppering that Fatburn Rovers goal, and Fatburn Rovers are still trying to push forward and trying to get some goals here. But Willie through 1-on-1, can he do it? Ethan couldn't. He doesn't. He does almost the same this time, just hitting wide of the target there. Zach twice now in 1-on-1 situations coming up trumps, but Willie once again in front of the goalkeeper. Can he try again, Willie? Zach stands up strong, and the ball bounces straight back into Zach's arms, and he will be ecstatic with that, Zach, as that could have been a terrible situation for Fatburn Rovers, but it still remains 4-1. Oh my word, that's 3 opportunities, possibly more actually. If O.B City have had to just completely kill off the game there, and they have let chances go squandering. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough time for Fatburn Rovers to come back into this game, so O.B City may be lucky that they're not ruining missing those chances. They may have done enough already, but it's still 4-1 as we enter the last part of the game now. The shot just wide there, referee blows full time, 4-1 final score. Game number 6 sees Ivory Toast versus Bayern Bru here at Week 2 Season 10 Fat Fives football. Ivory Toast in yellow shooting left to right. Bayern Bru in purple shooting right to left, and early on here Ivory Toast having to be on the defensive as the ball creeps towards their goal mouth there. Bayern Bru now on the attack in the midfield. Kier here with the ball, looking to play it out wide to James there, back to Kier, and Bayern Bru losing possession now. Ivory Toast have a chance to counter, but it's lost once again, and Kier has a chance to come forward now after losing the ball just moments ago there, but he's taking his time, patient build up, and Ivory Toast now have the chance with a loose ball. Thomas played out wide there, back to Neil in the middle of the pitch. Can Neil get the shot away? Plays it back out wide, and the shot there from Cheesy is the opening goal in this game. Brilliant play there from Ivory Toast. Some nice little triangles going on there, some back and forth, and then Cheesy there, tight angle, but manages to squeeze it past Craig there, and you can see from the body reaction there from Craig, he's disappointed in the fact that he's let that ball slip past his near post. So it's Ivory Toast that have struck first in this game, and Bayern Bru are going to have a bit of work ahead of them in order to get back into this match. Only 1-0 and it's still early on, but they're going to have to come back quickly if they don't want Ivory Toast to build up momentum after getting that early goal. Neil now with the ball, great interception there, and a good save there from Craig, potentially making up for the lack of saving. Cheesy shot for the opening goal there, being the near post, but he's done well there to keep the scoreline at 1-0, and it goes all the way back to him as the Bayern Bru look to try and restart things here. And actually there's a bit of a substitution just going on in the left hand side of the screen into the dead camera zone, as we call it there, and the game gets back underway with the players on the pitch now, with Stephen Connor on the pitch, and it's Connor with the ball at feet here, going alone from a tight angle, and he finishes it there, and what an impact for the super sub there. Literally seconds on the pitch there. He's got Stevie making the dummy runs there, that's pulling the defence apart, but he goes himself, Connor, and he shoots from a tight range there, and MJ can't get anything on that shot. Too powerful for him to get any body part in the way there, and it's now 1-1 in this match. Bayern Bru hitting back very quickly in this game in order to make sure they're getting a strong foothold in this match in order to build their comeback and hopefully for them win the game there. MJ just rolling that ball out to Cheesy there. Cheesy with a shot from distance, but Craig, their strong foot, and advantage there almost with the ball landing straight at corner, but unable to make anything from that opportunity there. Stevie now with the ball for Bayern Bru, plays it all the way up to Kier. Oh, and it's just wide of the goal. I think it might have taken a touch off the goalkeeper there, and if that is the case, great save there from MJ, but the ball just goes wide. And Stevens picked up the ball for Bayern Bru, keeps going forward, and the shot is saved by MJ in there. MJ making another goalkeeping save there to deny Bayern Bru the chance to go even further in the lead of this match. Sorry, I say further in the lead, it's still all level. The line there is to go into the lead. It's Connor with an opportunity there, but it hasn't come off. Marrow there with a bit of pressure there, Commissioner player on loan at Ivory this week, managing to turn that pressure actually into an opportunity here with Stu, and Stu's first shot has been saved, the second, and Liam sticks it in the back of the net there, and that's brilliant play from Ivory Toast there, especially the fact that Marrow there looked like he had really impending pressure coming on from the two Ivory Toast players there. He managed to get that ball down to Stu there, who did a brilliant ton of work at the bottom corner there, managed to play it across and get it across to Liam to get the goal in there, but the lead has not lasted any time at all there. Kerr there on the far side straight after kick-off there, managing to run himself, taking the shot from distance. It's potentially, I think MJ there thinks it's going wide, and you know, to his credit, it's right in the bottom corner there, so not entirely to blame to think that it's going wide there, but it hasn't. It's actually went off the inside of the post, and Bayern Bru back into this. As quick as it was 2-1 to Ivory Toast, it has quickly gone to 2-2 now for the sides. Ivory Toast looking to play out from the back here. Managed to play the long ball forward. And oh, it was a bit of a dangerous ball. But Bayern Bru get on it. No problem there. And are able to push forward now as they are with Connor with the ball. And Connor in the back of the net. The super sub once again coming on and making a difference here since he's joined the pitch for Bayern Bru there. Lovely tape by him there. Sees the incoming Liam there trying to get a block on. Nice little footwork and slots it into the bottom corner there to make it 3-2 to Bayern Bru. And for the first time, for the first time in this match, they are in the lead now. Get myself a little bit mixed up there, thinking it was them that went in front for 2-1, but in fact that was Ivory Toast. So I am correct in saying that it's Bayern Bru's first time in this match in ahead. And Chucky leaves that well for Martin. Oh, and if Martin made a bit of a better connection there, that could have been a wondrous team goal there. All the way rolled through from the back and dummy through by the captain Chucky. But Liam now for Ivory Toast pushing forward. Middle of pitch, going himself, keeps going, takes a shot. Oh my word, what a finish for Liam there. Brilliant solo run there from him. Just cars through the midfield of Bayern Bru there, and then with a little bit of extra burst of pace there at the end, manages to get the shot away with enough power for it to go past Craig in goals. A superb finish from him there, and he's brought Ivory Toast back into this match. Neither of these teams seem to be able to get themselves a stranglehold of the lead in this match. Every time one of them does, the other one comes back, and it's going to be wondrous to see who takes the eventual and final lead if there is a team that does it, as Craig steps up well to make that save there to stop Ivory Toast from making that step towards victory there. Greg cutting inside, playing it through the Stu, and the ball just trickles past the edge of the post there. Could have easily gone inside the post there and gone in, as Carmen for Ivory Toast gets a shot away but straight at the goalkeeper there, and it's been rolled out quickly to Stephen. Stephen here up against Greg, goes out wide, there's Marrow there as well. He's got Martin, but Stephen's still going himself, and he manages to put it away, and Bayern Bru restore their lead once again in this match. Brilliant work there by Stephen. A solo run there, Martin playing his part, pulling the defence every which way there, causing confusion, but Stephen did not need any assistance there, manages to do everything himself and gets the goal for his team to make it 4-3 in this match. Now the big question is going to be, can Ivory Toast find a way back into this match again, or will we start settling towards a winning score as Martin's shot just goes high over the goals there, and it's quickly rolled it to Stu, who can't get it under control. Chucky's picked up here, and Bayern Bru on the counter here straight away. Chucky, lovely footwork, can he go himself? Yes he can, and Chucky scores for the team, for Bayern Bru, his team, the captain, standing up strong, setting the example there. Lovely footwork to get past Ivory Toast captain Greg there, and slots it past MJ in goals, and that's 5-3 now, and you wonder, is this going to be the final score as we tick closer and closer towards the end of the match now. Bayern Bru with a 2-goal lead as Chucky once again, lovely footwork cutting past players there, but unfortunately this time can't get the shot cleanly away as it bounces off an Ivory Toast defender. And we are in the last moments of this game as we await just a couple of substitutions coming on the pitch to see this game out, as Craig looks to get the signal to play it forward, and he does so quickly towards corner, but the ball is lost in. Neil will collect it, referee whistle to mouth, 5-3 final score in this match. Game number 7 here, week 2, season 10, Fat Fight Football sees Parmesan Belgrade versus Flaberdeen. Parmesan Belgrade in white, shooting left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue, shooting right to left. Parmesan Belgrade, defending champions, having a bit of a difficult start to the season, but they have picked up an important win at the start of this week there. So they've got 3 points on the board, and they'll be looking to build on top of that now up against Flaberdeen. But it's Brian coming forward for that Flaberdeen. Plays the ball wide out to his commissioner teammate Gregor there, and it goes all the way back to David. David with a shot, and David with the opening goal in this match. Stuart in goes there, unable to do anything for Parmesan Belgrade there. It's shot with venom and power. You can see here, winding up the kick there, and it goes in. Actually, Stuart does get a toe onto the shot there, but not enough to stop it from going in the goal. So 1-0 now to Flaberdeen. They're the one that struck first in this match. Not the start that Parmesan Belgrade would have wanted in this match, but they're going to have to try and galvanise and overcome that difficult start now to try and get those vital points that they'll be looking for. As another shot there from Flaberdeen goes high over the goals. They still have it though, played back to David, the goal scorer. Oh, and he's just hit over this time. Can't quite keep the ball down, and it's not hitting the target this time as he look to come forward once again. Their lovely footwork, but Stewart's away with it now for Parmesan, and it just goes wide of the goal, unfortunately for them. They're unable to get it away there. And the save from Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen there, as Greg now comes forward with the ball there. Nice footwork there to try and keep it away from Jack. When he plays it across to David. David, can he get a second? Good save there. An opportunity now for Parmesan. Oh, and Stewart didn't see the unrushing Jack there, but Jack gets the ball across the goal, and Stewart can't quite react, and the team just not quite on the wavelength. And a great opportunity there, but Flaberdeen pick it up, and Lewis to David now. David looks to play to Brian. Can Brian finish? Brian, yes, he does. 2-0 for Flaberdeen, and when it looked like that Parmesan Belgrade was in an ideal position to get an equalising goal, they unfortunately have conceded on the break. Their nightmare stuff for them. Looked like it was going so well in one direction, and then it's just not happened for them now, and it's 2-0 to Flaberdeen as they look to get things underway, Parmesan Belgrade, but the ball already lost here, and Parmesan indeed looking to try and push forward once again to get more goals here. It's not going the way that Parmesan Belgrade would have wanted in this match, but they have a chance now. Stephen coming forward with the shot, and it is just wide there. Apologies, actually, I think that is Greg on the other side there, as David comes through here, but the ball just rolls into the goalkeeper's box, and they try to get going once again as Parmesan Belgrade come forward, and the shot there is just wide of the goals there, unfortunately, and I believe that was Aidan on the far side, not Greg, who's taken that shot there, and unfortunately for him it's gone wide. David now running with that ball there, but a great save there by the goalkeeper, using the goal frame as well, and looks to try and get his team underway, but nothing comes to that. And now another release from the goalkeeper for Parmesan Belgrade as they try to push forward. Lewis there receiving the ball. Lewis with the shot, and it's straight at Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen there, unfortunately. Now Jack's intercepted that, and now Stephen's got a chance here. Stephen has got a player on the side, but he decides to go himself. Plays it out wide to Jack. Jack now under pressure. The ball bobbles about. Lewis in front of goals. Can he finish here? Oh, he's straight at the goalkeeper. Jack tries to follow up, and it's absolutely cut out by Flaberdeen. Lewis for Flaberdeen, Lewis Forbes for Flaberdeen looks to try and just clear that ball away, but now Davis picked it up off of Lewis for Parmesan Belgrade, and Lewis Forbes there with the shot, and there's a shout for a penalty there, and we'll have a look here. The goalkeeper saves it, and Stephen in the box there and interfering. Yeah, unfortunately there, couldn't keep his momentum from going in, but because he's interfered with the play and crashed into the goalkeeper, it's a penalty there. Lewis Forbes steps up, and a well-placed penalty by Lewis Forbes there for Flaberdeen, and it puts them 3-0 ahead, and that's twice now that Parmesan Belgrade have been in a position where it looked like they might get a goal, and it's just flipped on them, and they've ended up conceding, unfortunately for Parmesan Belgrade. Very, very unlucky so far in this match, although Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen, they are doing a superb effort there, keeping the clean sheet so far, as ball comes all the way forward. The save there from the goalkeeper, and the chip from Paul, not quite making it into the back of the net, ever so close there with a little dink to stick it in the back of net, but not quite so today. Stephen now receives that ball as Parmesan Belgrade look to get going once again. It goes to Lewis. Lewis now coming forward, looks to play the ball, but it's been cut out by Flaberdeen, and David's collected the ball now. David pushing forward. David into Sean. Sean takes the shot, and there is a fourth goal for Flaberdeen here. They are just cutting through Parmesan Belgrade on the break here. There's 3 against two, you could say, with Coco coming in late there, and the goalkeeper has left there to try and make the save, and he's unable to there, and Flaberdeen record a 4th goal. They are going to be delighted with their performance in this match, Flaberdeen, after their disasters of last season. They were the team that would find themselves regularly on the end of these defeats, but this time, this season, with a whole new team, they're looking a lot stronger now, as David comes forward there, and the shot just wide of the goal there, and it remains 4-0. Flaberdeen, though, looking the more hungrier to get themselves another goal in this game, where you would really want it to be Parmesan Belgrade if you're either a neutral or a Parmesan Belgrade fan. If you're a Flaberdeen fan, you're just delighted right now probably with this 4-0 lead in this game, and looking strong as the ball's played all the way forward there. It has been missed there, and Flaberdeen now pick up the possession. There's Sean is based on their side, and David does find him, and Sean does stick it away the first time, and a round of applause there from David for his teammate Sean there on the fine finish. David receiving that ball, playing it into the path of Sean, and the first time finish there, right into the back of net, square on target, and it's 5 for Flaberdeen, and they are looking unstoppable in this match. Can Parmesan Belgrade get anything from this game, as Gregor looks to play that ball forward? Brian's intercepted it though, and the possession will turn over. Parmesan Belgrade though coming forward now. The ball is sticking about Gregor there with the ball at feet, looking to play it out wide, and he plays it back to the commissioner player, and it's just saved by Lewis, and goals for Flaberdeen there. Unfortunately for Parmesan Belgrade, they have had chances but just not been clinical this match, and the defence is lacking there for Parmesan Belgrade, and luckily enough for them, between the goalkeeper's last ditch save and the crossbar, Brian denied a 6th goal here, but Parmesan Belgrade just leaving huge gaps at the back for themselves there, as Lewis there tries to get the shot away for Parmesan, but it's saved once again. Struggling to get this ball in the back of the net, just as I'm struggling to try and get my words out right now. But Brian with another opportunity here for Flaberdeen. Can he switch play? He does. Out to Greg. Greg with an unorthodox touch there. It's still in their possession, but they've maybe not quite in the attacking position they want it to be. But they found Sean now. Good save there from the goalkeeper, and it's played back, and they look to try and get away here. Parmesan Belgrade. The ball is snuck through to Stuart. Stuart, can he get the goal? Yes, he can. And Parmesan Belgrade get a goal to their name and avoid giving Flaberdeen the clean sheet in this game here. Brilliant ball play through there. Brian unfortunately was in a great position there for Flaberdeen to intercept that ball, but it's just rolled past them, and it's not meant to be in terms of the interception there, and Stuart sticks it in the back of the net for it to make it 5-1 in this match, as almost the own goal there from Lewis and Parmesan there. But Stuart once again chasing the ball, has an opportunity into the box. Oh, and Gregor can't stick it away there. He's gone wide. Absolute golden opportunity as Lewis Forbes trips over the ball now after some fancy footwork, and Flaberdeen cutting forward. David with his own fancy footwork, and the fanciest of them all by sticking it in the back of the net there, as Lewis Forbes stays down just from sheer embarrassment there. David goes forward, lovely footwork round Coco there, and as the goalkeeper comes rushing out to the edge of the box, David just slots it in the back of the net there. Nothing the keeper could do about that. Well placed, brilliant counter-attack, and that has been literally the story of the day for Flaberdeen. But disaster there, as Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen has just let that shot slip through his hands there. Stuart with a long range, just speculative shot there, and you can see the goalkeeper right behind it, but the ball just slips through the gloves. That is the nightmare of playing in the rain in these conditions, and they've taken full advantage of that Parmesan Belgrade and have brought them back to 6-2 scoreline. But it looks like as if we're entering the final moments of the game, and that there's not going to be long left in this match, and there it is, the final whistle, 6-2 to Flaberdeen. Game number 8 and the last of our second round of fixtures for this week sees Rapid Viennetta versus Scrandinavia. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right, and Scrandinavia in red shooting right to left. Scrandinavia at the top of the league and looking pretty and having a rare old time at the start of this season, whereas Rapid Viennetta find themselves at the opposite end of the table. However, it's them that almost go in front in this match. Andy there riding a couple of challenges there, dodging out of the way and getting the shot, but burying goals to Scandinavia, matching the shot with a save. Right are now in front of the goals there with the shot, and James making the save for Rapid Viennetta there to deny Scandinavia the chance now to go forward, but they're still still building up their attacks here, Scrandinavia, and they have an opportunity coming here with Chris with a shot, and James making that save, and Taylor will make sure that ball goes back to his goalkeeper and gets into the safe hands there. Ross now, the opportunity to push forward. The shot there, it's just over the top of the goal there, and it's bounced all the way back into the Rapid Viennetta half. Andy is there to pick it up for Rapid Viennetta. There's a shout from Ross, and the ball goes all the way along. It's a great ball to him though. Nice little touch there away from Homer, but Homer nicks that ball at the second attempt, and now he's pushing forward. Homer, he goes past Cal. Tight angle here for Homer. Can he finish? Yes, he can, and it is 1-0 to Scrandinavia there. Brilliant solo run by Homer there. Looked like as if he was going to open up the little step over there. I was going to say nutmeg, but it wasn't quite. A little step over there from Homer as he goes towards the goal, and then flicks it into the back of the net for the opening goal there to make it 1-0 to Scrandinavia, and the top of the table team looking good already in this match, but still early on. Plenty of time here for Rapid Viennetta to try and get back into this game, as Chris has the ball for Scandinavia on the far side there. Chris cutting it into the middle of the pitch there, and it's saved, or possibly the post there, and Reiter with the follow-up opportunity, and eventually James in goals for Rapid Viennetta, gets a hold of that ball and to stop any chances there. Terry now for Scandinavia coming forward out to Homer. Homer with a chance and just does not connect with it at all there, and a chance goes begging for Scrandinavia. Reiter playing it out wide to Homer. Homer now trying to cut in, but it's intercepted there by Ross, and eventually the Rapid Viennetta team force Scrandinavia back into their own half, but they're building up against Scrandinavia. A bit of a loose ball there, but Chris has picked up, and now he's dancing through the pitch there, and Ross makes the challenge. Referee waves play on. Reiter has the ball here, playing it all the way through to Homer. Homer with a shot, and it's in the back of the net, and Scrandinavia will be thankful that the referee has waved play on after giving the advantage to them. Josh, they're unable to get a good touch on the ball to get under control, and the ball rolls through to Homer there from Reiter, and Scrandinavia benefit from the play in advantage there. 2-0 now to Scrandinavia, and Chris has intercepted the ball, and his shot just goes wide of the goal there. Almost a third goal there, as Loon tries to get past Niall there, but Niall with a great tackle there to deny Loon going forward and possibly getting a shot away. And as we've seen already this week, his shots from distance are lethal, as the ball goes all the way through towards James and goes there. Terry tries to turn and get the shot away. James still on the ground there trying to get himself in position to make some saves. Homer comes in late, and the save there as Nell comes across as well to apply the blockage there, and Scandinavia get it all the way back into their half. Loon with a shot from distance, James with a save, and his defence there able to pick up the ball. Now Aiden pushing forward, plays it out wide there, and it's out on the far side there. I think it's maybe Josh on that side with the ball in the corner. Looks to play it back to Niall. Niall now looking to switch it up to Ross. Ross in good space here. Can he finish? Yes, he can. And Ross applies the finish there and gets the goal for Rapid Viennetta. A great switch and play there. No one able to get onto that ball in the Scandinavia team. Ross's initial touch looked a little bit heavy, but he manages to recover well before Homer comes in and just slots it past Barry in goals there. So 2-1 now to Scandinavia in this game, and Rapid Viennetta found a way back into this match, and in good timing before the game started to get fully away from them. They've got a chance now to try and get back into this game and try and salvage something with the scoreline being 2-1, but Scandinavia still coming forward as the ball arrives on the pitch there. James will make the save there, and the ball will go back into the opposite pitch there. Unfortunately for Chris, if that had gone in, it probably would have been disallowed for the ball being on the pitch. However, James stood up well, made the save, and we don't have that disappointment for Scandinavia as they look to get things going here, as James looks to try and get the play going once again. Rolls it out to his defender there, Ross. Ross just standing on the ball there, looking to try and get a bit forward. Looks to make the pass. Oh, and Chris has blocked it there, and now he's got an opportunity. First time hit, and Chris gets a third there, and defensive disaster there as Ross tried to clear that ball there. James with the save, and then Chris is first off the mark to react when that ball comes bouncing back, and he fires it into the opposite corner. Hand of apology up there by Ross, and it is now 3-1 to Scandinavia. A bit of a disaster there from Rapid Viennetta as they look like they were getting back into the match. Terry coming forward there, James with the save and gets that ball away, and Aiden looks to receive it, playing it to Finlay, but unfortunately nothing comes from that attack. Scrandinavia now looking to come forward. Terry dancing through defenders there, but then James applies the save there to deny Terry the chance of a goal in this match, and the game will continue on. Scrandinavia coming forward now. Chris with the ball at feet. Finlay there looking to just close him down a bit there. Chris cuts inside, finds Barry C on the far side. Barry now back into Chris. Chris into the corner. Can he take the shot? Will he find a teammate? He's just slowing things down a little bit here as he looks for a space to open up and plays all the way back to Loon there. Loon now back to Chris. There's a good build up, but Finlay stepped in and intercepted. Finlay takes a shot. Oh, and it's in the back of the net, and Rapid Viennetta have a second goal there from Finlay. Now, did this take a nick on the way in? Because it looked like as if it changed directory slightly there. It looked like it does take a nick off of Chris, and Barry can't read it quite well, and it goes in off his leg as well. The shot's still on target though, so credit to Finlay for that, but it looks like a couple of little touches there just taken away from the goalkeeper as Andy comes forward, but he's shot there blocked by the Scandinavian defence, and James will to play it back to Andy once again as the ball goes forward. Ross the touch. Oh, brilliant stuff there between Andy and Ross, and that is an equaliser in this game from 3-1 down. Rapid Viennetta back into this game and have put the shock into Scrandinavia, who looked comfortable in this match, and now there's everything to play for in this game. A brilliant comeback from Rapid Viennetta as Loon takes the shot and it just goes wide, but Terry with the hit and it's in. Now everybody is confused with this one, but looking at it in the replay, you can see initially that the shot goes wide. Terry comes in and it hits the back of the net there, that back post there, and bounces straight out, but absolutely a goal, an absolute thunderous shot there from Terry. I think the speed of it just confused everybody with the wondering of whether that had hit the post or not. I think there was questions about whether it hit the inside of the upright post, but it actually hit the pole at the back of the goals. It's just one of these things with these smaller goals. They've got that pole at the back, and we have had confusions already in terms of angles and in terms of power, that sometimes it looked like it's hit the woodwork rather than going the back of the net, but certainly this time in the back of the net and in real time. James and goals letting the referee know that it absolutely did go past him into the back of the net. So 4-3 the scoreline, and all fairly done here as James makes a save, but unfortunately Loon is there on the follow-up to slot it in the back of the net, and Scrandinavia get a fifth. And after such a great fight back from Rapid Viennetta, everything has just fallen apart for them slightly, and they are now 2 goals behind. Scrandinavia showing true grit in this match, never giving up and managing to get themselves into a winning position with a 2-goal lead. It could have been just a 1-goal lead there. Ross unfortunately just heading wide for Rapid Viennetta after being in such a promising position there to get that in the back of the net, but unfortunately he's hit wide of the goals there as Chris takes the shot and it is saved by James once again, and Terry can't get on here. We're into the last moments of the match here. Rapid Viennetta trying to come forward one last time, and the ball is lost there. Chris with the block, and eventually goes all the way back to Loon there in the defensive position with literally the last few seconds here. Barry C trying to get that ball under control, not quite. Taylor heads it away, Chris collects it, referee blows for full time. 5-3 to Scrandinavia. We are into the last of our 4 fixtures for week 2, and we start off with Bayern Bru versus Fatburn Rovers. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and Fatburn Rovers in green shooting right to left here. Bayern Bru on the far side with the ball in their possession as they take the shot early on there. Zach with the save on, Martin hits the post, Stephen with a chance to follow up, and eventually it bounces clear for Fatburn Rovers to try and get away. Mitchell playing it out to Terry, Terry with a shot, not quite. Second chance, it's cleared away, and it's all action packed from the very start of this match here between these two, as corner there on the far side gets the shot away, but Zach with a fantastic save to deny him there. Absolute full-blooded game between these two here, as Bayern Bru currently have the ball in the hands of their goalkeeper, and he looks to play it out to James. James now looking to come forward. James plays that ball wide to Stephen there. Stephen now looking to get the shot away, rides past Martin's challenge there as it keeps going, and Stephen gets it into the back of the net there for the opening goal in this match. Lovely dodging all the tackles there. Eventually comes up against Mitchell, but then decides to dink it into the near post there past the goalkeeper Zach, and makes it 1-0 to Bayern Bru in this game. And Fatburn Rovers look to get things underway once again, but straight away from kick-off the ball is lost, and it's Chucky with a shot, and the save from Zach there, keeping his team in it now with a wonderful save there. Brilliant attempt there by Josh, but the ball just met with the gloves of Zach there. That would have been a fantastic finish for the cameras, but Zach doing a great job there in goals denying. And Connor now with the ball on the far side looking to come forward. This game is played at such a ferocious pace as Chucky picks up the ball on the far side. Chucky coming forward, finds Connor with a shot, and it's in the back of the net, and that's Bayern Bru's second of the game there. Corner there just drifting into the middle of the pitch, and then the touch there just puts it through the legs of Zach there. You can see he's raging with his defence there. But unfortunately, it is a very good finish there from Connor, and unfortunately just puts it into a position where Zach can't do anything about it. And Bayern Bru have got the possession again after the Fatburn Rovers kick-off. Fatburn Rovers just not able to keep a hold of this ball at all as Connor there chases it into the corner. Connor now looking to play into Chucky. Chucky with a shot. Chucky with the goal, and it is in the far corner there. And Bayern Bru, clinical as you like this week. Corner there looking to play into the path of Chucky there, and Chucky first time effort sticks it into the corner out of the reach of Zach there, and once again having to pick the ball out the back of his net. They are 3-0 from Bayern Bru. Absolute blistering start here from Bayern Bru, taking full advantage of their dominance here, and the ball just floated there into the middle of the pitch. Very late reactions from Fatburn Rovers there as Kerr picked up for Bayern Bru, but eventually goes all the way back to Craig in goals for Bayern Bru. He looks to throw it out here, finds Kerr. Kerr now moving forward. Kerr with the shot. Oh, what a finish by him there. It just takes the ball down in the air, and then on the half volley smashed it into the back of the net there. Lovely touch there. Still a bit of a bounce, and then just hits it there, and it just goes in. I think Zach is completely blindsided with the amount of bodies that's going through. But Bayern Bru off here with a rocket. 4-0 the scoreline for them here, as Fatburn Rovers need to try and get themselves composed and recollected once again if they're going to try and get anything out of this game. Stephen now from the commissioner squad there tries to get the shot away, but Chucky blocks it there, and it's out to Josh. Josh now on the far side. Josh, the shot just goes across the goal there and doesn't quite hit the target, but ever so close. And Bayern Bru have the opportunity to come forward again here with Josh. Lovely touch, Josh, but it rolls all the way through to Zach there. Good goalkeeping the edge of the box. Plays it now to Gareth. Gareth switches it across there to Mitchell. Mitchell now. It's a good play from Fatburn Rovers. Gareth. Oh, and he didn't quite make the connection on the shot. He still has the ball though, but that would have been a great opportunity for them to get a goal. But it plays it back to Gareth, and Gareth this guy sticks it in the back of the net, and Fatburn Rovers do have their goal this time. Brilliant linkage play between Gareth and Mitchell there, and the ball lands back at the feet of Gareth, and this time he makes a better connection than he did just moments ago and gets the goal for Fatburn Rovers. 4-1 now the scoreline here, as Chucky literally just stands there just to kind of bring and taunt in the opposition player there, as Josh goes sprawling there. The referee is playing advantage. Josh looks okay there. It's probably a bit of tiredness more than anything, folks. I wouldn't worry too much about it. He's up on his feet again, and he's moving once again. And in that meantime, Zach pulling off a save to deny Fatburn Rovers from conceding a fifth goal there. As James comes forward, and James the solo run, and Zach tips that wide of the goal there. Great goalkeeping as it goes all the way back to Chucky. Chucky knees it over Mitchell there. Takes the shot. Save once again by Zach, and Fatburn Rovers look to get away, but they can't. It lands with Josh. Josh with the shot. Oh, and he thunders that into the far side of the goal, and then tries to kick the ball away in some form of celebration, maybe. But that's a brilliant finish from them. A bit similar to what we saw with 10. The ball hits the back post there, supporting post of the goal. It looks like it bounces back out, but it's indeed crossed the line, and it's 5-1 in this match. And Bayern Bru looking completely lethal and clinical in this match. Fatburn Rovers there with an opportunity, but Doug can't quite get to that ball before it goes into the goalkeeper's box. He's collected it on the other side. He's got Gareth for help there. Gareth looks to try and play that forward, but the ball is run loose. And now Bayern Bru looking to break forward. And Mitchell stopped that attack, but it's bounced off the boards. Just land back at Stephen though. Disaster there. Plays it across to James. Oh, and it's in the back of the net there. And disaster there for Mitchell. He looked to play that either off the boards and away or back to goalkeeper, but Stephen intercepted that. James late on the edge of the box there and manages to stick it into the back of the net there. Brilliant finish there by James, late onto the edge of the box and making a great connection to get it in the back of the net. And the score is 6-1 now to Bayern Bru. It has been rough going for Fatburn Rovers in this match. They just haven't been able to show their clinical side of things. And once again, the breakaway here as Stephen stays up on the pitch there, and the save from Zach. Bayern Bru cutting Fatburn Rovers open every time with these counter-attacks there. Craig looks to quickly release, and he has. Once again, Stephen in space. It is rinse and repeat here from Bayern Bru, and it is working wonders for them as James' shot there meets the goalkeeper, Zach, there, and is denied. Timber looks to pick that ball up on the edge of the box. That whistle is not for this game, it's for another game there, as Timber kind of crashes into his opponent there, and Caird nods the ball just wide of the goal there. Bayern Bru still have the ball though. Martin's moving in the middle, but Connor decides to play it all the way back to Craig in goals there. Craig plays it back to Connor, and there's a run there from Stephen. Stephen there plays it into Martin. Martin likes to go to Connor, and it's in the back of the net. Connor with another goal to his name. 7-1 now the scoreline, and I believe that is Connor's hat-trick for this game complete. It is not. I've got that wrong. He's only got the 2. It feels like as if he had more. But there's the final whistle, 7-1. And we keep moving through these final fixtures onto game number 10 of the week here. Rapid Viennetta versus Parmesan Belgrade. Both these teams at the bottom of the table, but as of kickoff in this match, Parmesan Belgrade will be above Rapid Viennetta after picking up 3 points in their opening game. So if Parmesan Belgrade can get another win here, they'll definitely start sticking some daylight between them and Rapid Viennetta. Rapid Viennetta will absolutely want to pick up points here. Not only is it technically by per the league standing going to be one of their easiest or easier games, but it will stop Parmesan Belgrade pulling away from them. So vital for both teams to pick up points in this match early on. It's a really important game for both these games. Rapid Viennetta on the far side. Niall playing it back to Aiden there. Finds Finlay in space, and it's Rapid Viennetta that have struck first, and this is going to make things interesting in the league standing if Rapid Viennetta can capitalise from this early great start here. Finlay with a brilliant finish there. The ball expertly placed to him as he stands on the edge of the box there and just sends it in the opposite direction of the goalkeeper as he moves across the goal there. So 1-0 to Rapid Viennetta, the first ones to strike blood in this game, and we'll see where Parmesan Belgrade can go from here. A great start this week, Parmesan Belgrade, but really struggled in the previous match against Flaberdeen. Oh, and James just clears that off the line there. A last ditch save as the ball bounced off the board and back off him there, almost crossed the line but not quite, and it remains 1-0 to Parmesan Belgrade in this match as the shot is saved there once again by James against the Parmesan Belgrade player there. Finlay now has the chance as the ball has opportunistically landed with them. He takes the shot just wide there, and Aiden looks to collect to keep it alive for Rapid Viennetta, and he's done so. Back to Finlay again. Aiden now, the ball a little bit looser this time, but it lands back to Finlay from Aiden there, and Finlay looks to switch it across to his captain Cal there. Cal now looking for some option, elects to play it back to Finlay. Rapid Viennetta taking their time there, they're in the driving seat here, but Niall and Aiden connecting here as Aiden puts it in the back of the net, and that classic combo for Rapid Viennetta of Niall and Aiden back again for another season season at Rapid Viennetta, and they have taken that partnership all the way through into season 10, and it is blossoming already in week 2 for these guys here. 2-0 now to Rapid Viennetta as Stephen looks to play the ball forward there, but it's just high there, really not on target, that shot, unfortunately for Stephen, even though he was in a good position there, as Josh now looks to try and get forward for Rapid Viennetta, but the on loan commissioner player cannot get past the opposition, and now it's Parmesan Belgrade striking forward there with Gregor, but unfortunately can't get that shot anywhere near the goal mouth there, and he's denied by James once again. A little break in play here as we get some substitutions coming on, and Rapid Viennetta will look to get things started once again as Andy plays that ball all the way up to Taylor. Taylor with the opportunity now. He's got Ross there. Can he find him? He does. Ross with the shot is blocked by Coco. Taylor now receiving the ball once again. Looks to find Ross. Does again. Ross with the shot. This time Ross finds the back of the net, and Taylor and Ross having 2 chances at this here. You see Taylor collecting the ball there. That's a lovely pass just through that tiniest of gap there. Gregor not quite getting a decent enough touch to take it away there, but the 2 Parmesan Belgrade players there looking to close down Taylor. He remained calm, played that ball through the gap there, and Ross managed to finish that off to cap off a great move between him and Taylor, including the chance beforehand. So 3-0 now, Rapid Viennetta in the driving seat here in this match, and Parmesan Belgrade will be aware that that win earlier on will keep them in level with Rapid Viennetta if the scoreline remains like this all the way through to the end. But they will know this is not great for them. Like I said at the start of this video, or this section of the video, Parmesan Belgrade need to really get a win here, and Andy just made that even harder for them. What a finish from him here. He is literally halfway up the pitch here. No one around him, takes the shot, and it just nestles into that far corner there. Brilliant finish from Andy. 4-0 now for Rapid Viennetta. Rapid Viennetta will be delighted with this performance to round off. They've had a tough week as well this week. They've had 2 losses already, but they will be ecstatic that when it's came up against Parmesan Belgrade, they've got themselves in this winning position here and have a chance of getting some points on the board to get them going in the season, as Parmesan Belgrade just hit the crossbar there. They're not having any luck at all, Parmesan Belgrade, in this match, although you have to say Rapid Viennetta be looking impressive here as Lewis up against Josh there. Lewis gets the ball, and the save from James makes that ball go away from the goal after denying Lewis that chance there to try and get a goal for Parmesan Belgrade. And they come once again, Parmesan, and they save once again from James, and they will be sick of the back teeth seeing James applying these saves here as Andy looks to get forward with the ball, but he's unable to. Finlay, unorthodox back heel there, and it's landed with Jack, and the save once again from James. James looking here, he must be thinking and must be aware of the fact that he is on course just now for the clean sheet, and he'll be trying everything he can to try and stop Parmesan Belgrade getting anything there. Absolute unusual shot there from the Parmesan Belgrade player there. No idea what was being thought there. It might have just been a hit and hope, and it hasn't paid off. And now Rapid Viennetta coming forward. Andy driving through, plays to Josh. Josh, first time hit, and Josh, the commissioner player, has got his goal for today. Andy played that right into the path of Josh. A perfect placement of the pass there. And then that shot there. Not the cleanest of hits from Josh's, but he won't care as it arrowed into that bottom corner there. And it is making a 5-0 scoreline now for Rapid Viennetta. And as I said, Rapid Viennetta, they will be delighted with this. They were the only team left that did not have any points on the board so far this season. It looks like it's 5-0, and with the time that I can see left remaining on these highlights, it looks like it's going to be impossible for Parmesan Belgrade to come back into this game. However, there's every chance that they could pull off what would be pretty much a miracle, you have to say. The question is going to be is, will James walk away here with a clean sheet in this match for Rapid, or will Parma get something? But yeah, in the last couple of moments, Parmesan Belgrade could have had more goals conceded here. Their defensive work is not working well for them today. Lewis, they're denied by James. You could say their attacking is much better than the defensive, but they just cannot get that ball in the back of the net, and the ball is switched over, and Cal tries to get in the control, and it's landed with Jack, and Jack takes the shot, and James there with the save. bashing that ball away is the best way to describe. Lewis has closed down Cal now, and there's maybe an opportunity for Parmesan, but it's been lost, and it goes all the way through to Parmesan, Belgrade's goalkeeper here. He looks to throw it out to Lewis. Lewis now up against Taylor. Lewis continues to go, but he's lost it now, and you can see the frustration there on Lewis. It just hasn't been his day, even though Parmesan Belgrade started off well in the first match. It just hasn't got any better for them there, and the play continues on there. Jack plays it to the Lewis. Lewis with the shot, and it has gone in this time. It's trickled in. The arms are raised by Lewis in jubilation. Cal with hand on his head, knowing that that's James's clean sheet gone for this match. And what a shame for James, but delight for Lewis there. He gets his goal as we kick off things. The referee blows for full time. 5-1 the final score. Penultimate game of week 2 sees O.B City versus Scrandinavia. O.B City in black, shooting left to right, and Scrandinavia in red, shooting right to left. This should be a bit of a blockbuster game here. These two have been looking like some of the strongest teams that we have this season. However, O.B City had a tough start last week, and indeed this week have not been able to pick up maximum points so far. So they come into this game looking to try and put a notch into the Scrandinavia juggernaut as it is. Scrandinavia with 2 wins already this week, and with a perfect 3 wins last week, they're on course to make it 2 out of 2 in terms of full points and full wins. But are they able to do it? Gilly there up against Reiter. Reiter there going forward. Reiter takes a shot. Stevie there and goes with the save, as both goalkeepers early in this match being busy with saves. Reiter now collecting that ball and just sees it back. Actually decides to play it back to Loon rather than take the risk to his goalkeeper, and it's worked out for them as they go forward, and Gilly goes with them there as Callum takes a touch of the ball, and the referee claims for the penalty there. Shouts from some of the players. Have a look here. Oh, it's really hard to tell with Ian standing there. We cannot see where that touches. We can see just after the touch the ball is in the box, but it's really hard to tell there whether the ball was in the box or not there. As Terry takes the penalty, and it's saved by Stevie, and O.B City will believe that justice has been served for them there. However, we cannot tell from our camera angle, and we're just going on the referee's decision there. We cannot show you which way the decision went there, as Scandinavia come forward there with the shot coming forward as Stevie looks to get the ball away, and the referee once again penalty for O.B City, and they will be cursing their luck here. We'll have a look. This one is much clearer actually. You can see here his foot is on the edge of the box, his striking foot is coming out of the box, the ball's not entered it. This one's a clearer penalty for Scandinavia, and Loon slots it away there. Well, whether or not the first penalty was valid or not, it was saved by Stevie there, whereas this time it has been put away by Loon, which looks like a more valid penalty, and it is 1-0 to Scrandinavia. Now they have struck first in this match, and they are in the driving seat here, and will they push on to get themselves another perfect week of wins and points that will put them 2 full weeks of 3 out of 3 wins, as Reiter just goes wide of the goal there with the header, and they are really pushing forward to try and see if they can get themselves a second goal here, Scandinavia, as Reiter looks to collect the ball. Reiter out to Terry. Terry lets it go to Chris, actually. Chris there with a shot, and Stevie there on the edge of the box with the save. Scrandinavia now trying to play it out of their back, and O.B City have possession as O.B City look to play it forward to Gilly. Gilly in front of Chris here. Gilly now, nice little footwork, takes the shot just wide of the goal there, and Reiter will intercept that to stop them for the follow-up of the second ball. That's Chris for Scandinavia, plays it all the way back to Loon now, and he's got Callum there from O.B City for company, but Loon managed to get past him, takes the shot, good save there from Stevie. What a hit by Loon, but Stevie in goals for O.B City. Brilliant save there to stand up to the shot and also get the leg out of the way. That was destined to go in the back of the net, but not quite, as Loon tries to backheel it. Saved by Stevie, another save by Stevie, and then Callum this time staying well away from the edge of the box there, giving the referee no chance to have to be put into position to think about another penalty. 1-0 remains the scoreline, with 2 penalties already happened in this game. Willie and Callum, they're trying their best there, but the goalkeeper and the defence standing up to them there, and it still remains 1-0 with O.B City unable able to take the chances there. Terry collects it for Scrandinavia, plays it back to Chris now. Chris looking to go forward, goes past Ethan, the commissioner player. Save from Stevie once again. Brilliant goalkeeping by him. You can almost say he's really unlucky that obviously the penalties went back. Penalties incredibly difficult to save here, but he's done a fantastic job outside of that, and potentially with his goalkeeping exposés that's been on display here, they're maybe unlucky to be behind O.B City, as Loon's shot just there a moment ago crashed off the crossbar and bounced away. Scrandinavia coming forward with Terry. Terry with a shot. Stevie with another save here, and O.B City with the chance to push forward. Gilly tries to play it through to Ethan, but Loon there doing some great defensive work denying as the ball goes through to Brady. Brady's shot high. Ethan with a shot straight at the goalkeeper, and Barry will just get his hands on that ball and get it under control. Incredibly, only 1-0 in this match. Chances at both ends as Gilly comes forward now away from Loon, takes the shot. Barry with the save and gets it under control as well. Both goalkeepers here putting on a storm of a performance. Stevie though the slightly more busier, you would say, as Gilly comes forward. Gilly plays it through and the save from Barry, and while Stevie in goals for O.B City might have been busier, Barry is definitely getting more busy as the game continues on, as O.B City push to try and find an equaliser in this match. This game is nowhere near done as Chris's shot is denied by Stevie once again, and he looks to get his team underway here. Calm here with the ball. He's got Brady there, but he decides to play it out wide to Paul, but it's not made it there. Barry see with the shot. Stevie with another save, and Willie will go collect this ball. Absolutely breathless stuff in this game, and incredibly only one goal as Paul receives the ball from Callum, plays it back to Brady. Brady all the way up to Callum now. Callum on the far side looking to try and find a teammate there to help him, potentially takes the shot. Oh, and he gets the goal himself, and there is the equaliser from O.B City as Scrandinavia players dropped back expecting the pass to be played through to a player there. Callum just takes that touch forward and takes that shot and rolls it into the corner, and unfortunately for Barry, unable to make the save this time, and it is 1-1 in this match. Now will Scrandinavia look to push forward to try and get the winner, and will they get it in order to keep this perfect record as they just shoot wide there from Chris? The ball's rolled out to Callum. Callum there tripped by Terry, and the referee waves play on in this case. It looked like it should have been a free kick, but the referee has not given it, and Chris now with the ball for Scrandinavia. Will that decision come to bite back OB? Will they be feeling really unlucky in terms of refereeing decisions in this match? Callum gets the ball on the far side there, cuts across, Barry's down, Callum the shot. Oh my word, they've got the goal there, and the referee's blown for full time. Incredible stuff here in this match. Callum getting that ball and then taking it on the edge of the box there, absolutely fine that the ball's still out of the box there, slots it past the goalkeeper, and OB have nicked it there at the end. 2-1. And we arrive at the final match of week 2 here at Fat Pies Football Season 10. Flaberdeen versus Ivory Toast. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. And both these teams keen to get some more points on the board. They are doing a pretty good job, you have to say, in the first opening weeks of the season. A number of wins under each other's belts as David takes a shot there, but the goalkeeper for Ivory Toast there, big foot there in the way to deny him there. And Flaberdeen look to get this ball all the way back to their goalkeeper, and they look to start once again as David coming forward, continues to push forward there, and the save from the goalkeeper once again for Ivory Toast. They're keeping them in this game. I believe that's Cheesy that's in goals for Ivory Toast just now, as David receives the ball once again. Flaberdeen seem to be doing a rinse and repeat here, and they will hope that eventually it pays off, but Cheesy once again rinse and repeat with the saves here, denying David. And Greg now looks to pick up this ball, and he does so well on the chest, and now back to David. David coming forward, David playing it to Sean. Cheesy there with the save, mixing it up a little bit there for Flaberdeen as David playing the ball into Sean there, but it doesn't prove to be fruitful at this time. And we've got a couple of substitutions for Ivory Toast coming on here. It's Thomas and Cameron from the Commissioner's squad, Thomas from the usual Flaberdeen roster, as it looked like it was on the edge of the box there, and the referee has blown for the penalty there, saying that the goalkeeper has touched the ball outside the box there. It's incredibly hard to see there because the body just blocks it from our angle. goal. So we're going to go with the referee's decision on this one. But it was a bit of a fluster there at the edge of the box. Liam steps up and Liam calmly puts that away to give Ivory Toast the lead, and maybe against the run of play here that they've got the lead in this match. And they will be delighted with that decision making to give them the penalty, as they have capitalised upon it and puts them into the driving seat. So 1-0 Ivory Toast as Flaberdeen look to come forward, but the ball is blocked there. Ivory Toast still just looking to try and get out of their half of the pitch as Flaberdeen apply pressure as David comes forward, playing it to Sean. Sean across the box there. Oh my word, an absolute golden opportunity to get a an equalising goal there for Flaberdeen, but it's just shot wide as Ivory Toast come forward now, and Neil winning the ball away from Brian. Neil with the shot, Lewis with the save in goals there to deny Neil a chance to push Ivory Toast further. Lewis Forbes on the far side, nice little turn there and a good little run, but Neil comes across and blocks him there, and going forward is Neil. Lewis tracking him, but the shot is saved by Lewis in goals for Flaberdeen. And now Ivory Toast looking to come forward once again. Neil trying to find Stu, but Lewis Forbes intercepts that there and makes the ball roll all the way back to his goalkeeper for safety. Lewis in goals, plays it out to David. David is passed there, intercepted, and eventually it finds Cameron on the far side there. And it's now picked up by David, and Stu will go collect that ball and looks to play it into Neil. Ivory Toast with possession once again, but Brian in the middle of the pitch is intercepted, and David now is collecting, and David looks to find Brian, and Brian now at a tight angle looks to play it off the boards, and it's safely collected by Neil. Unfortunately for Flaberdeen, nothing coming from that attack, and now they're on the defence. Stu taking the shot, good save there by Lewis, and they'll look to just try and get things going once again. Brian clips it out to Gregor there. Gregor to Brian. Oh, Brian with a finish. Unorthodox finish. Greg holds his hands up to plead his innocence. To be fair, Greg, I don't think the referee is going to pull anything back there from it. As Brian on the stretch there takes the touch. It's in the back of the net. The goal stands anyway, whether or not Greg had pushed him or not, which he didn't. Brian was on the stretch anyway. And it's 1-1 in this match. And to be fair, I don't think Brian or the Flaberdeen players are going to try and call that back for a penalty or a free kick with the fact it's hit the back of the net, as just there the ball just goes wide from the Ivory Toast player. So 1-1 in this match now. It is all square once again, both teams gunning for the points now as the ball is played up the pitch here, and Flaberdeen look to move forward, and there's some shouts in the middle of the box for the ball to be received, but it's still here in that bottom corner. It looks to be played forward, but it's not made it there as Neil wins it off of Lewis. Lewis now over there on the far side, closing down Cameron, plays it all the way back to Greg there. Greg is bounced off of David. Greg with a finish, and Greg gets the goal there. I think the initial shot from Greg here actually hits David. Yeah, it's in the gut, kind of lower region there, so quite a sensitive bit there. And Greg there, the ball bounces back to him, hits it first time there. Good to see the opposition players checking on David there. To be fair, Greg has the right to continue on with the play, especially because it's an instant shot away after it bouncing off of David, as Lewis makes a double save there from Cameron. Neil follows up for Ivory Toast but cannot get the shot away. So scoreline 2-1 in this match. Ivory Toast back in the lead now. Will they be able to see the game out this time, or will there be another opportunity for Flaberdeen before this game ends? Oh, and Ivory Toast almost going 3 up there through Liam, but it cruelly for him hits the woodwork there and bounces away. David now for Flaberdeen takes the ball in. Now David's trying to look for a teammate or try and get the shot away himself, and it's blocked by Neil, and the goalkeeper will accept that gracefully. And Lewis will receive that as well, is after it's thrown all the way up the pitch as Sean collects it for Flaberdeen on the edge of the box. Great save there from Ivory Toast and goalkeeper Cheesy there. Flaberdeen now looking to try and get started again. Sean with the ball, pushing forward there, looking to find a teammate, finds Lewis. Lewis takes the shot, save there from Cheesy to deny Lewis, and Sean will collect the ball, not quite out of play or into the opposition hands yet, as he plays it back to Lewis. Again, there are 3 Lewises in this team for Flaberdeen, so I'm trying my best to distinguish between them all. As Sean looks to collect that ball on the edge of the box, Lewis Forbes there collecting the ball on the far side with the shot, and it's through the goalkeeper's legs, and there is the equaliser for Flaberdeen there. The ball innocuously ended up at Sean on the edge of the box there. He goes into that camera dead zone there, but finds Lewis Forbes up this just behind him there, and Lewis Forbes' shot perfectly placed to the legs of Cheesy. It's 2-2 in this match. I think there's only mere seconds left there. There's maybe a chance for maybe one more shot on target. Could be for Flaberdeen though. Sean hits. It's saved. Full time. 2-2 between the teams. Confirmation of Week 2's final results there on screen, including that blockbuster 2-1 win for O.B City right at the death there, as well as the other games from earlier on in the highlights. And looking at the league table with those results in mind, Bayern Bru go top now on 15 points, just by goal difference over Scrandinavia, also on 15. O.B City in third on 12, Fatburn Rovers on 9, Ivory and Flaberdeen both on 7, split by goal difference. Viennetta move up into 7th place above Parmesan Belgrade, both on 3, but split by goal difference. Fat Five's football's player registration is always open. If you are based in the northeast of Scotland and have a BMI of 26 or higher, you are more than welcome to register as a player. Go to our website fatfives.football for player registration. Fat Fives Football is delighted to offer sponsorship packages to local and national businesses. To see what we can do to help your business and ensure we can continue to bring these free highlights, please check out our website fatfives.football/sponsor for more details. Make sure to subscribe, like and hit the notification bell so you get told when new videos go live of our highlights.